Hello there! In the first session of the flipped phonology course, I introduced you to phonology. We saw the difference between phonetics and phonology. We also talked about what phonology tells you. In this session today, I would like to introduce you to two main objectives. First, I would like you to understand and grasp the main crucial concepts in phonology. So how can we do phonology? How can we study the sound patterns of a language? How can we tell that certain sounds are phonemes or just allophones? How can we tell that certain sounds are just different articulations of the same sound, or they are different phonemes or different sounds? Very easy. What you have to do is this. Look at the data given to you of a language. List and focus more on the two sounds that you are looking for. List the environment of each sound. Check the environment. Is it the same environment or no? If it is not the same environment, so the two sounds are in complementary distribution. Therefore, they are two allophones of the same phoneme. If they do share the same environment, check whether the meaning is the same or not. If the meaning is the same, so the sounds are in free variation, therefore they are two allophones of the same phoneme. If they do not share the same meaning, here you will be talking about memo pairs. The sounds are found in memo pairs. Therefore, they are two different phonemes. Let's take the example of the classical Arabic. And let's focus more on the two sounds k and q. Are the two sounds k and q two different phonemes in classical Arabic, or they are just different articulations of the same sound? We call them allophones. If you look at the data here, you will find that we have two identical words in terms of the environment, except in one sound segment. Kalb and qalb. Two words that are identical except in the sound k and q. Do we have the same environment? Yes. Do we have the same meaning? No. Since it's the same environment except in one sound segment and not the same meaning, we're talking here about a minimal pair. Once we find a minimal pair, that means that these two sounds k and q are two different phonemes, two different sounds, two distinctive contrastive sounds in classical Arabic. Let's take another example in English. There are two categories of vowels in English: long vowels and short vowels. The question is, are the long vowels and short vowels two different phonemes, or they are just allophones of the same phoneme? To prove it, we need to look at the data as follows. In this data, we have two different categories in which one we have long vowels and the others have short vowels. To prove it, we need to show whether we have minimal pairs or not. Do we have minimal pairs in this data? No. There is no two identical words except in one sound segment with different meanings. For example, pad versus pat are two different words with two sound segments as difference. They differ in the vowel, the long vowel, and the sound d. They differ also, like in the other one, the other category, in the vowel, long vowel u with the short vowel u, and the sound t with the sound th. So here we're not talking about minimal pairs, which means we're not talking about phonemes, different phonemes. Do they have different environments? Yes. This means again that we are talking about two sounds that are in complementary distribution. Therefore, we are talking about two allophones of the same phoneme. To prove it, we look at the data. The long vowels are found always before voiced consonants, while the short vowels are always found either before voiceless consonants or in a word boundary. This proves it again that we're talking about different environments of these two sounds. In English, the long vowels versus short vowels are two different allophones of the same phoneme. To sum up, in this second session of the flipped phonology course, we focused more on the four crucial concepts in phonology: phonemes, allophones, complementary distributions, and free variation. These four concepts are very important to study the sound patterns of any language. They are very important to know what are the sounds that are sounds in that language, in a language, or what are the sounds that are just different articulations of the same sound in that language. I hope you enjoyed this session, and please stay tuned for more coming sessions inshallah, and subscribe to stay tuned for more coming videos.